Hey everybody, who doesn't love snow globes? Even more fun is making them into gift tags. So this is one of the Paper Craft Social Kits, and you can either put it in your journal, use it as gift tags, or so forth. I have 8 of them here. They all come in the kit. I've done all some pre-cutting. I'll be pausing and doing a little more pre-cutting because you do not want to take time and watch. But anyway, I am Christy with Christi Creations and a mixed media artist. So we are going to make these blinged out. We're going to take the plain back and we're going to glue it to some decorative paper. You can even save, when you're working with your Christmas stuff, if you save your wrapping paper, or even year-round save your wrapping paper, you can add them to back to your from tags. You can add them to the back there. You don't always have to have paper. You can also buy fun scrapbooking paper. I'm going to show you how to add some pockets to them. I'm not going to do the ribbons, but I brought some that are non-traditional that you can buy year-round ribbon. So if you're like me and need to start way early to have everything made and ready for Christmas, you can get it now and not later. So this is a mix between Hobby Lobby and Michael's of ribbon. Let's see. This is a Michael's one here, Michael's here, Michael's here on those 3. And what is this other one here? Okay. And one more Michael's. So these 4 are from Michael's. And they are in the ribbon section. So as I am filming this, we are early in the year. No Christmas has been put out yet. And I was able to literally purchase these yesterday. The other 2 I have are from Hobby Lobby, and they made me think a little more of the is it tinsel you put across the tree? I'm thinking that's the right word. And I thought that might make a fun use as well. And these are, again, got yesterday. And you can see this video is out before Christmas normally gets put out. So those are some options, and I'll talk about different ways we can use those. So we have all these lovely tags. All right, pre-cut, and then your sheet, you get 4 fun decorative pages. And you can glue on any of these. I'm going to do 4 on each page, and I'm going to use this top one and this bottom one. I can see me reprinting out this one and putting on other things. But as it is in a kit, I don't have much option on. Well, let me explain this a little better. I could see me taking all of these and putting them all on this one sheet. And as I had the license for the kits, I could do that. But you get what comes in the kit. So we're going to work with what comes in the kit, not my ideal, what I would gift it with. So we have these 2 here. As you note, they have not been trimmed. So my printer will not go all the way to the edge. Maybe one day I'll be able to afford one of those high-end fancy printers to do that, but I'm not holding my breath for that yet. So you can either cut off the edging or leave it as is. That is up to you. Since all we're literally doing is taking a glue stick, slapping these on the back, I'm not worried about the edge cutting. I'm going to do half on each one. And I'm going to flip this one over because this pattern, so actually we're going to use this pattern instead of the one I just flipped over. And the reason for that is because of the way the pattern goes. So if you look at this pattern more closely, you're going to note that the trees go one way. And you do not want to glue this way on it. You're going to want to make sure you glue correctly. So we're going to flip it completely over. And now I know I need to put my ornament with the bulb, the ball variation, not the wooden base style, but the other part up top. You can use any variation of stuff here. You can use your double-sided tape, your liquid glue, any of that. I, truthfully, for this little bit, and just going to run some my glue stick across, and then put it down. I may have to come back and add a little more glue. We will see. And we're just going to do 4 of them on this one and 4 of them on the other. Then you have to cut them out. As you can see, I'm personally trying to make sure I leave some space between the edge and tops, but also in between, because I want to make it easier for me to cut, not harder. Which is something I've learned the hard way when I will pile things on one sheet of paper, because that's the one I want to use only, and then regret every second while I'm trying to cut it. So I'm going to slide this up so I can stay on screen with y'all. Let's put one more on. Now I'm going to show you something here. Nope, that's not the one. I noticed one of these snow globes were a little smaller than the others. And so for that reason, I am also going to show you some other things going forward. So this is one of the pages done, now ready to cut. I'm going to set it to the side while I glue the other page with y'all. Then I will pause and cut, so you don't have to wait and watch me cut for 24 hours. I don't think it'll take me 24 hours, but it will feel that way. This pattern here does not matter which way I lay it, so I'm just going to plop it on down and start gluing. Here's the ornament that I was looking for. So I have 2 ornaments on top of each other. You can see one is showing over the other one. So this one I'm going to have to show you how to modify a couple things too, but that is okay. Okay. Now, after I get this last one on, it's going to be no time for y'all, because I'm going to hit the pause button, and when I come back I will have all these cut and ready to go. I did realize I forgot I was going to show you how to make one hidden pocket, and since I've already glued it, I'm not going to be able to. But I will talk about it. So instead of putting a full glue stick down, you would just run your glue around the edges till leaving a certain amount on the top open, and that would make your hidden pocket. Unfortunately, I did not think about that when I was filming. So no hidden pockets. Maybe another video in the future will have the hidden pockets. So I'll be back here in a few minutes. And just like magic, they're cut out. So as you can see now, they all have backgrounds on them. And again, if you wanted to, where I forgot, before you glue this first part down, just do the outer edge up to about maybe here. Do not put anything across this upper half, and then do the bottom half. And that would make a pocket that you could put stuff in as well. So let's get decorating. You have 2 different pockets we can make working with. We have A and B's, and they're all different designs. And so I was going to separate them out because I think they're like 3 designs total. Yep, 4 designs total. Perfect. So what I'll do is now you have to make a choice. Do you want to match the designs, which is what I'm going to do, or if you want to mix and match the designs. Okay. Huh. Ah, there it is. You always just double check when you can't find what you want. So you have, I'm matching on mine. So I'm flipping my designs over because I'm going to do one of each on each of the designs. So that way it goes a little more fun. So let's, now at this part you're going to need your liquid glue. I shook mine up a little bit because it had been a tiny bit since I last used it. What you're going to do first thing is you're going to make sure this line's, let's try this again. First thing we're going to do is we're going to decide where we're putting our two pieces so that before we glue, they're where we want them. Do you want to put a gap? Do you want it? I think I'm going to move mine up and put a little bit of gap like so, where I have one pocket there and one pocket there. So just like when I was talking about the card, the tag itself, the pockets, you will do, what you do is you use your glue on these. You don't glare at the glue because it doesn't come out. All right, let's try this again. Glue on the sides. Bottom. And side again. And then you put it where you had just decided where you were going to have them. Now here's the other option. If you do not want both pockets, this little piece right here, the card, will fit in right there, and you don't even have to add this other pocket. That is totally up to you. I'm probably going to add only one of the upper pockets because truthfully I like them better without the lower pocket. The upper pocket. That's up to you. You also could choose to put a word on here. Write your own word. The skies are the limits on here. You have so many different variation of words, both holiday, blanked, or not. So let's do this upper, and then I'll show you how to run some ribbon, and then I'll do the rest on my own time because that is all you're going to be doing for this whole thing. I'll probably show you one more time. Might be a good idea. So we're going to run the glue just around the curve of this one. And then you put it where you want it, like so. Now, I hadn't planned to, but I'm going to do it anyway. I am going to take a hole punch. I got a little close to the top, so I need to be very careful when I go through. This would be a good place to put a eyelet if you do mess up like that. But I don't have them on hand, so I'm just going to be very careful. I'm going to open up one of my new ribbons. Maybe. They're always maybe on opening these. Sometimes they're easier to open than others. And then I'm going to find the component I need to pull. And I'm just going to pull, I'm estimating Actually, you know what? I have a ruler on the edge of my thing. Give me 1 second. I'm estimating about 10 inches. I'm cutting a little over because I'm not positive that this is actually 1 inches. I need to actually measure that. So this is a cord style one. I'm gonna loop it through. You might want to do shorter depending on what you're hanging it off of. Now you have a couple options. You can make it into a bow. You can tie a knot. It really depends on what you're putting it on and what you want to do on. So I am just going to do a knot. And I did not realize this had actual glitter on it. So, okay. I'm going to pretend I got my knot done and just show y'all because I don't want to get the glitter anywhere right now. So that gives you an idea with it hanging with a little tie. Okay, now the tie's going bye-bye. And have to be very careful with that. All right, now we're going to do it on this other one. And I'm only going to do the bottom because the bottom fits nearly perfect. But this is the one where the top is not correct sizing. So if you choose to add the top, you'll have to trim it off. So I'm just going to show you the bottom only on this one. Like that. Another option, if you don't want to punch a hole, is as you're gluing, put the 2 strings of your ribbon or cord in and glue in with it. Yes, it's a little more challenging on cutting your paper, or a lot more, but it also gives you another variation. So here it is at the bottom. And all I will do is now continue making all of these on up. I hope you enjoyed this little quick tutorial on how to make a snow globe gift tag. Bye everybody.